Justin Tapp is asking if you'll be able to romance Broccoli Girl in the game.
Right. So in the game, we're actually gonna have a couple dates. We call them, like three of them, and one of them is gonna be with Broccoli Girl. But I can say it's not gonna be super, romantic. It's more like just going out with a friend somewhere and having a good time. And I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm very excited for those sections. Yeah, you get to know the character more. You get to hang out with them. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Nice. And where did the idea for Broccoli Girl come from? I mean, she's got a special character.
Right. So I was watching this episode of what's it called? Kimmy Schmidt. Yeah, Impossible Kimmy Schmidt or something like that. Unbreakable. That was it. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And there was an episode where Titus he was wearing this werewolf costume, and then he saw the moon, and he turned into a normal man again. He was like losing his costume, and I'm like and I was like, okay, so we have the day-night cycle in the game. How cool would it be if we also have, people changing during the day or during the night? But I was like, okay, but I wanted to be more interesting than just werewolves. So it's like, okay, what can we do that's not werewolves? Like, oh, vegetables,
Of
that's
course,
it.
vegetables.
Broccoli, that will be it. But yeah, it turns out that I always wanted her to be broccoli. I didn't just want her to be broccoli during the day or during the night. So it's like, okay, scratch that. She's just always gonna be broccoli.
And is there any other bizarre characters like that in the game that you can talk about?
Yeah, well, okay, we have a dog in the art club. This is actually Johnny's fault. So there's this cute little pug in the art club, and she has imposter syndrome. Like she feels she's never good enough for art. Everybody sees her as this grand
Mhm.
master artist, but yeah, that really gets to her. You're gonna have to help her get over that stress. I'm thinking, do we
Nice.
have do we have any other crazy things? We have talking vending machines, but
You
that's kind
just
of like a normal thing in video games now, I feel.
you just finished drawing a vampire.
Oh yeah,
That's
there's gonna
true.
be a vampire, but I feel like a vampire is pretty normal if you have a broccoli
Relatively,
person.
I don't know. Vampires.
Do we have something else, Jenny?
I mean,
I think those are the weirdest ones, right? I mean, yeah, the Kraken, but
the headmaster as well,
oh,
but he doesn't.
the
It's not
Hatman's
made
gonna
yet.
be a bit weird, but I don't want to spoil it yet. I wanna let people meet
See
him.
it in.
He's a
in
sexy man. I will say this much. He will be a sexy man.
All right.
uh,
Justin Taps is asking, saying, I saw fire in the trailer and it looked pretty bad for the students. Is it possible to do a run of the game where everybody lives?
Oh, it's really hard to understand you. You said something about the fire in the game, and if it's
Yes,
possible to do what?
sorry. Um, I saw fire in the trailer and it looked pretty bad for the students. Is it possible to do a run of the game where everybody lives?
Oh, where everybody lives. Right. So that's the goal, right? To
mhm.
save everyone, and it will be possible. So yes, it will be. Yeah, that will be a good ending.
It will take a few attempts though, is what I will say. You
Yes.
can't do it first time.
That's why you have your time traveling amulet.
Hmm.
And Aim is asking if you guys went to Kraken Academy, what club would you be in?
I mean, I'm an artist, so of course I would just go to the art club. But okay, if I wasn't, yeah, if I just wanted to hang out with the people that I thought were cool, I think I would go to the music club. Like I wouldn't be able to play anything, but I can hang out, with Simona and Broccoli Girl. That would be cool. What about you,
I think
Jenny?
the music club they've got it going,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
They got they got yeah they can just jam. They can have a jam session. I'd say yeah I don't know. There's people in the other clubs that are a bit more annoying. That's maybe the
Oh,
problem.
sports club would be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just with.
Like I don't want to get in fights with bears. It's not really my.
I'd love, yeah. See, I'd love to hang out with Dimitri, but okay. So in the sports club, we have this one character. She's a girl on a horse, and she can get quite annoying. She talks a lot, and I think yeah, that would get to me after a while. So
Yeah.
let's just say.
Yeah, the sports club is intense. I would also pick the music club. I feel it's more laid back.
Right? Yeah. Especially with that teacher, you don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's true,
Oh, I
actually.
feel so related to Miss Markova. Like that's literally me. She loves sleeping. I mean, that's me.
Oh, she's so
Uh,
sweet.
so Amy's also asking, other than Broccoli Girl, do you have a favorite character?
Oh, it's so difficult. They're all so cool. I think favorite character to write, I think is definitely Dimitri is up there. It's just so fun being like, oh, Dimitri doesn't want this. Oh, Dimitri, and he's so wholesome, He's the
Yeah,
one character,
yeah.
Dimitri's gonna give you a hug, It's like,
That's
and then
true.
you just feel good. I like that very much. Who do you like, Johnny?
I think Costadin is very hard to write for,
Oh yeah,
but
he
it's
is.
very rewarding getting into research, lots of conspiracy theories. Yeah, there's a lot of good lines that you have, like in our like management tool online,
Ooh,
and like there's lots of there's I don't think the fish sticks line is in right now.
no.
So there's lots of good lines. There's lots of good conspiracy theories out there that we just have to sort of get in there.
Yeah,
which I love.
Costadin is fun to meet. Like
Yeah.
Johnny said, a nightmare to write. I had to go down so many rabbit holes. It was not nice. It's like it's hard to, when you're researching conspiracy theories, it's hard to find the fun ones versus the really weird ones that you don't want to know anything about. You're just like, what are these people talking about? It's so insane.
Yeah.
Also, your search history afterwards. So
Oh,
like you start
yeah, the
getting
CIA
adverts.
is onto me now. I'm on a list. Probably. It's like, oh, she's mental. She believes in lizard people.
And you mentioned Dimitri, and wanted to ask you about the setting of the game because it's in a Eastern European kind of setting. Can you tell us more about that?
Right. So when I started making the game, I was actually dating someone who was from Bulgaria, and I went there a lot. And yeah, I thought they had a really cool culture, and it was just really fun being there. And for some reason, I thought it would be fun to set the school there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's not that many games, set in that region. Mostly if it's high school, it's America. So I thought it would be fun if people play something that feels a bit more unfamiliar.
Yeah, I think that's a good reason.
Right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not? It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. Justin Tabs is asking, how long have you been working on the game?
So we've been working full time on it now. Oh God, for how long? Like
11 months,
11 months.
almost a year. next
Yeah.
month.
And before that, I was working on it alone for about 2 years, 2 to 3 years. But yeah, it was just part time. I didn't get much done. I had to learn how to program, and I was very, very slow. And basically, all the work that I've done in 2 years, Johnny just did in 2 months later when we made the game from scratch again in Unity.
But you did all the groundwork. That's how it's a lot
Right.
easier to recreate something that already exists than it is to make something from scratch. So, but yeah.
It was a little bit. I mean, it was nice, but it was also a little bit frustrating seeing you do that.
Well, it is my full time job to
Yeah.
program. I'm trying to think. So when do you remember when you started? Like, was it like the summer of 2016 or something?
So I don't
romantic
remember.
like that.
I don't remember the exact date, but I
Yeah.
remember it was 3 a.m. in the morning.
3 a.m. in the morning.
It was 3 a.m. in the morning, and I couldn't
Okay.
sleep, and I was like, oh my god, now I know what I want to do. It's like, I want to make this Majora's Mask game, like only Clocktown, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to set it in a high school, and it's going to be crazy, and it's going to be like,
But-
anime. And then I went to my sister.
At 3 in the morning.
At 3 in the morning, I went to my sister, I was knocking on her door. I was like, Marlene, listen, we need to make this game.
Was she awake, or did you just wake her
No,
up?
I woke her up.
You woke her
I
up.
woke her up.
That's how
Yeah.
strong you realised the desire to
I
make this
knew
game.
I knew I
overtook
had something there.
you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately then, she didn't, she ended up not working on it for too long. She just didn't feel like it, which is, fine.
Well, you woke her up at 3 in the morning.
Well, yeah, I can understand, It's just, yeah, I was so obsessed with it. Like, making games is hard, and you need, you need a lot of conviction and really, push yourself through, because it's not always fun. And I was obsessed enough with it to, go through these stages and stay with it.
That's true. Yeah, you really persisted. That's cool.
Nice. And now, what's the current stage of the game, and what are the plans?
So the game in total has 3 quests, and so it's like an intro, 3 quests, and a finale, and a lot of side quests as well. And right now, the intro and 3 quests are done. So right now we're just working on the finale, and after that we're gonna get all the side content in, and we definitely want the side content to be really awesome and to be as important as the main bit, because the vision for the game actually is that you are on your quest and your goals, you have to save the world, but you get distracted all the time, like, oh, but I want to have a picnic with this person, and like, oh, this person's having band practice, let's just go and do that. And then you're kind of like, oh wait, what was I meant to do? And you look through your quest log, like, oh yeah, right, gotta do this thing. And yeah, we wanted to feel alive, and like each day you find just a little something that's new. It's like, oh, this person is in this room during that day, and I can do that. That's cool. Yeah, I hope we get to do it in the vision that we have right now. I would say so far with the quest and the intro, the game definitely is how we wanted it to be, at least how I wanted it to be. Don't want to speak for you, Johnny.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's good.
Yeah, we're like, we're playtesting everything a million times, and it's nice that at least if I had a little bit of a break and I have to playtest a section again that I haven't playtested in a month, it's nice actually. I actually kind of enjoy it, even though obviously I know exactly what's gonna happen and can't enjoy it as much then, but it's still really nice. And if I talk to someone, just some random character, and I forgot the line that I wrote for him, and then I laugh at my own joke, it's fantastic.
And it's also nice with like the soundtrack's almost finished by our composer, so it's also nice going back to something, and then now there's the real music in, and it just all like new sounds. Our sound designer is really cool as well. So.
Oh, I love the music. Yeah, we have a fantastic composer.
So yeah, content-wise, we're pretty on track, I think. And yeah, then it's just at the very end we're gonna have to like do a huge like art pass, I guess is what we call it. Where
I want it to look nicer.
Where we're gonna make it look a lot prettier at the end, but we need to get like the content in first so we can make it pretty. So
yeah, at least some like color grading and this and that. We're gonna see.
Cool. Amy's asking, have many characters stayed the same over the years you've been working on it, or have they grown a lot?
Oh, so yeah, oh man, a lot of characters have changed.
Yeah.
So there's, for example, Miss Kostova, who she was going to be a student actually, and we converted her into a teacher. Same for Miss Markova, who's actually in the intro now. It's the blue-haired teacher. She used to be a student, and Miss Kostova, she was going to be, actually, she was meant to have blue skin for some reason. I remember having like this small sketch, and it was like, girl with blue skin, and she's really annoying. That was like, I don't know. And then, but when I drew her, she kind of became this like really strong punk lady, but who's also really into rules and laws and stuff. And I thought, that contradiction, I don't know, I kind of found that fun, and I stuck to that. And then after a while, me and Johnny noticed there's no teachers in the game. We were only worrying about the students, there's no teachers. So we're like, okay, let's take some characters we already designed, because you can't just come up with a character on the spot. It's not gonna feel nice. And so we're like, okay, let's take her. She would work really well as a teacher. So, Anybody else?
I think you had a pretty you had a pretty good idea of all the characters when I joined the team, but I still think, I don't know, it's like the smaller stuff around maybe like their backstories or something, like even with like Wendy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know, still in my heart, the lore is that her parents also sit on horses at all times.
Yes, so that's just how they eat.
Yeah, like
you
the
know,
whole
dinner
family.
table, everybody just sits on a horse.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Oh man, their house must be so messy. Oh no. Come to think of it, who cleans up after her when she's, in the gym and she's always on a horse? Oh well.
Oh no. I never thought about that.
Yeah, exactly.
The logistical problems. Yeah. So, have any other characters changed? There's so many characters; it's hard to remember.
I mean, I would say the character essence was there, but with some of them, the relationship between the characters wasn't there. So a lot of people, a lot of students have become best friends or enemies. Where before it was just all neutral in between them. I had no idea, who would like each other, and then over time, it kind of became natural. Like, Simona being best friends with Broccoli Girl, was just like, yeah, of course they'd be friends. Yeah, Simona would hate everyone else, but then she has, her one best friend, and I think that's really, really cute.
Also, I think your sister Nadia has maybe been the character that changed the most, actually.
Yeah.
In terms of just like who she is. Because now, she really gets up in your face.
Yeah, she was not in the intro before, actually.
Yeah.
We added her later because, it was just a bit strange that your mom and you talk about your sister, but she's not in the car with you. You meet her, back then you met her way later on, like, your first quest. I think now it works a lot better. And I think did she become meaner? I don't know. I always wanted her to be mean, but I feel like it becomes more personal now.
I think we made it a lot more personal, a lot more about their childhood and like the things that went on between them as kids, as well as just like being like a bully. Yeah,
or like just being, I'm in a drama club, I'm better than you.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, now she's kind of my favorite character. Thinking about
she's
it,
good.
She has some great evil and mean stuff to say to you.
And she has her two best friends in the drama club, and they're this evil trio.
Like Team Rocket.
It was
style.
Yes, it was definitely Team Rocket. That was an influence there. And I gave the Team Rocket theme to the composer to make the theme for Nadia. It's not in the intro yet, but later every time you talk to her, her theme plays, and it's super evil and great, and I love it very much.
Yeah.
Nice. And so how many characters are there in Kraken Academy, and how many of them are students or teachers and so on?
So there are there's more students now. I think there's 17 or 18 students now.
Ooh.
Right. There are 5 teachers, because for each club 1, and the music club has 2, because Petrova, she's just not going to leave.
There's 5 or 6. You can do the headmaster as well.
Oh, the headmaster, sure, but he's not a teacher.
I guess not.
But
faculty members, there's maybe 12 of them, right? Because you've got like a janitor.
Yeah, we have a janitor.
And like the person who sells stuff at the market.
Yeah, at the market, we have characters as well. We have a cafeteria lord. There's a lot of people. I would say in total there's around 30 named characters, maybe more.
In the files that we have in the game, I think we're up to 45 characters, including the extras.
Okay, but that's including extra
characters.
Unnamed characters.
There's like 30 to 35 named characters in the game.
A lot of them. Yes. Can you imagine me drawing the portrait sprites for every single one of them? Yay.
And the animations and the...
But that's the most fun part, so I can't complain, really.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And it's good to make you feel alive as well, right? Just to have lots of people walking around and...
Well, and just from the small pixel art thing, you can't really tell who they are.
Yeah.
I can only put this much character into the idle animation,
It's true.
And Justin Tabs is asking, do you think Kraken Academy would be a fun place to attend as a student?
Oh man, fun? Yeah, but also Oh,
I don't want to die.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have your adventure there, but also, I mean, especially if you're the main character and you're like the hero, sure, that's. I mean, there's also a lot of pressure. But if you're just an extra and like you don't have a desk, you don't have a chair, you have to sit on the ground in the classroom. I don't think that's very fun. Yeah.
I think it'd be fun if you're part of like one of the cliques.
Oh
like
yeah.
if you're in the band or like
if you're with the cool kids.
Yeah, if you're with the cool kids there.
Just
sure.
like real school.
Yeah, I guess it's just like real school, you know.
Yes.
If you have friends, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, I'd love to be at the party and play with the band there. I think that would be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Or like in the art club, you know, join the art exhibition.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the nice thing. You know, they take the you know the hobbies of people. Well, they're not hobbies there. How would you say that? It's like the creative
extracurricular stuff.
Yeah, that's the most important thing there, which is great. Can you imagine, instead of, you know, doing physics and history or whatever, you're just doing art, you're just doing music. I think that is really, really cool, actually. See, because it always annoyed me, because in real school, in high school, nobody cared about art. It's like the one thing that I'm good at, you know, no one cares about it. But then, oh, you're good at sports. Well, that's fantastic, you know. And they're like all the popular ones, they get all the praise. But like in art, no one cares. And later, we didn't even draw anymore. They were just giving us written exams, even in art, right?
Written exams in art?
Yes.
What?
You had to do write essays,
about
do analysis. They just, I don't know, or they give you like an artist,
Wow.
and it's like, just describe, you know, his inner feelings when he was painting this or whatever that was.
That's so sad.
Yes. But in Kraken Academy, you don't do that. You always do the fun bits. You always, you know, draw, play instruments. Yeah.
You're really selling it.
Right?
Go to Kraken Academy.
At first I was like, oh God, everything's so dirty and things are exploding and it's dangerous. But I was like, but wait, it's the clubs. So
it's a bit of give and take. Some things, you know, if you want to have your cool lessons, you have to have like just
crocodiles
everywhere. So.
Cool. And you mentioned the pixel art style and then the more anime drawing style. Like that's quite unique for a video game. How did you decide to do it that way?
I think it came from me really loving this manga / anime called Ranma, and I just loved how they have a million characters in there, and it's all super insane. They have the most insane settings, and I kind of wanted that in video game form. And so, of course, then I would also choose to draw in that style. And I mean, it was a style that I used to draw in when, you know, I was in high school when I was a bit younger. So it was something that, you know, I was not that unfamiliar with. So it's like, okay, I know I can, you know, kind of pull this off. I don't have to force myself too much into something else. So yeah, and I think this gives the people, you know, just looking at some screenshots, the right idea of what kind of game it is, because I mean, my style, it's not super anime either, you know, it's kind of something in between Western and anime, and that's exactly what the game is also, in terms of, you know, writing. It's not super anime writing, I would say, it's more Western, but also not as, I don't know. What's a Western writing style?
It's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We agree.
Yes, it's a lot like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, actually. We started watching that,
a few days ago.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, they have all these crazy scenarios. This is exactly what I would do if I had to write, a police sitcom, or
it's
like
a
police
sitcom.
game.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like that's the word we're looking for. What were your thought process when you were designing the full size portraits? Like, were you thinking at some point of like just doing headshots, like in a lot of other games, or were you always like it needs to be like the full body, the full?
Yeah, I always wanted the full body. I don't really like it when games just have the small rectangle and then like a head in there. I was like, okay, when you talk to someone, because I mean, you know, the game pauses anyway. You don't really need to see the background. So it's like, okay, sure. I can take up a lot of space of the screen, and I want people to really understand what the characters are like, and so I need body language as well,
Yeah.
right? And I want people to see their clothes and everything. That also gives an idea of how they are like, and so then when they come in and just it takes up almost half of your screen, it's fine,
Mhm.
because when you're done and you walk around, they're gone anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that now
And
oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
no, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about the UI, how now, because it's not see-through anymore, the UI. Before you could see everything, actually, and now it's not opaque anymore. So things like Wendy, because she's on a horse, and the horse is like drooling, and you can't see that anymore, so now we kind of need to move her higher. But it's okay, it's just for her.
Nice. This is asking, apart from Majora's Mask, what games, if any, inspired Kraken Academy?
So I would say we got inspired by a bunch of other games, but this was after we already started working on it. So things like Yappy Psycho, which is a fantastic game. It's this office horror game, and they do the same thing where it's pixel art, but then you have these anime portraits, even though their portraits are also pixel art, just a bit higher resolution. But I would say that comes very close to what we want to do with Kraken Academy. So basically, Yappy Psycho's like office horror, while we're like high school comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the more we made the game, the more we realize how similar in structure it is to Majora's Mask. Like, they kind of just figured out all the design. What was it, 20 years ago? 15? Time moves, yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to do things differently from Majora's Mask, and then we realized it doesn't work. And
yeah, we did. Or like we accidentally copied that. Like we realized the other day, like, oh, like the structure of this quest was really similar to one in Majora's Mask, and we didn't even realize that we were doing that at the time. It just happened like accidentally. So yeah.
What else were we playing? We were playing Costume Quest.
Oh, Costume Quest.
Right?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that where we got the bottle mechanic from? Because you could collect stuff there, or was it not there?
Yeah, I think you always had that in, right?
Oh, no, that's true. But we didn't have it with hitting things.
Why did we do hitting things? I think we just wanted to hit things.
It's just fun, just throwing things around. Yeah, I think before you interacted with something,
dialogue.
and then the dialogue, it's like a Pokemon, and then dialogue comes up. You
that.
found this and that, which is just boring, and it's much more fun to go around, just whack things around, and also you can do that while you're going from A to B. You don't have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely very fun, just hitting stuff.
Yeah.
And what about you mentioned Ranma as anime inspiration? Is there any other animes that have inspired you?
There's also this anime called Reborn, where it's just insane. So there's this guy at a high school, right? Just normal high schooler. And then he meets this baby who's from the mafia, and he's trying to recruit him because he has to become like the mafia boss. Because like his ancestors or whatever were in this like mafia family. And it's absolutely mental. And again, you have a million characters in their roster, and they get into all kind of weird situations. So that's definitely up there as well. Yeah. It's good.
Where do these ideas come from?
See, the anime is really badly drawn. Otherwise, I would say we should watch it. You should read the manga. Yeah, it's pretty.
Nice. And can you tell us a bit more about yourselves and your background?
Right. So I'm a fantasy illustrator, or I used to be, I guess, for 5 years. Started when I was around 24. And I was drawing for stuff like Ulysses, they're called. They make this pen and paper game called The Dark Eye. And I did some other things for small games, like mobile games, but always on a freelance basis. That was very fun. But eventually I was like, okay, I want to, make my own thing now. And Johnny, what about you?
I don't know. It's always really hard to remember your life sometimes, I find.
You went to uni, remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, I started making games when I was 18 because it seemed like fun. And I just continued doing that, but because I'm from the UK, there's like a national competition for like making games as a student, and I was fortunate enough to win with my
You
team.
won it! Woo!
Yeah, I won something, and then because of that, I knew I wanted to make indie games more, but I still didn't really know what I was doing. So I moved to Sweden, where I met Annika. We were both at this
Right, yeah.
like this commune for game developers, indie game developers. It's called Spell Collectivate, and yeah, that's kind of how we met, and then started making the game together. I guess lots of other stuff in between, right? But it's not as interesting.
Yeah, and yeah, I have to say, I started drawing really late. Like I really started drawing for real when I was 22. So it's like, okay, I want to do this as a job, and I started practicing seriously. Yeah, before that, I was applying to a lot of universities. No one wanted me. Yeah, it was crushing, and I was kind of like, okay, well, if no one wants me, I'm gonna do it myself. I don't care. Like none of the art universities, I did a lot of really tough tests there. They went across days. This one school was across 2 days, 2 full days.
What did they make you do?
Oh, everything.
Everything? Like...
Well, okay, so it was some like life drawings, you know, you had like a model there, or sometimes...
Life drawing? So there was other, so it wasn't just you in the interview?
No, it was a ton of people.
And they like walked around and they like judged you as you were life drawing.
No. We would then turn it in.
Oh, you can't judge someone's artistic skill. Like life drawing is its own skill, surely.
Yeah, but I mean they did more than that.
Okay.
There was also some things where one was like you had to copy something, so they gave us this tiny of like an image, and you had to draw it like blow it up. Yeah, in color. Yeah, that's the one that I remember. They made us do like a weird like idiot test, you know, like an intelligence test thingy. It's like, oh come on.
What was it like? I like it when people criticize my art, like that question.
No,
How strongly do you agree? Oh no. Like...
No. It was like, for example, you had a folded out cube, you know.
Okay.
And then you had to say which side was like on top or on the left, like those kind of things.
Okay, so like non-verbal reasoning.
If you know, if you can like visualize things.
I mean, that implies it's incredibly competitive to get in.
It is.
Because like if they're like testing you on just
yes, they're not taking a lot of people, and there was so many people there. It was really tough.
So to be fair, you might have been pretty good even then. It's just you weren't like.
Yeah.
You hadn't devoted your whole life to the...
yeah, I'll be honest with you. At the time, that really put me down. But after that, you know, I was like, but I still want to do it. I don't care, you know. Yeah, game design application. Like I applied twice to a game design school, and there's only one in Berlin that's free. And I did that once, and then I did it the next year, and again got rejected.
You need school.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah. Oh well. I'm happy now I didn't do it, because that would have wasted a lot of years of my life.
Oh wow.
Well, I don't know how helpful it would have been. It's just most people that I talk to, you know, it's more like they're doing it because they needed to get a job, or they think, you know, they just do it for the paper.
Yeah, game design is also a difficult degree to like quantify the skills that you've gained, right? Like I know a lot of game designer people who did it at school, right? They all have jobs though, so...
There you go.
Yeah.
In games?
They all have jobs.
Just having a job is not really...
Well, you said it could be a waste of time.
Okay. Get a game design degree, you're going
to
get a job.
Yeah.
You'll get a job. You don't know where, but you'll get a job.
And what have you learned so far making the game?
What have we learned from making the game?
Yeah, like in terms of game design or like any other skills.
Oh, I know the biggest thing that we learned over the course of making the content was how to design quests and puzzles. because we went in probably too blind. We probably should have done more research in hindsight, but
You didn't have time.
we didn't have time
Yeah.
because we just had some very tight deadlines at the beginning of last year. But yeah, like we're definitely going back to the old content, and they're gonna make these like changes, or you shouldn't tell people what to do. I think this is a big mistake.
Yeah.
That we had an idea in our heads of like, we want you to do this super epic thing, so we're gonna tell you like,
Do the
this
super epic
yeah,
thing,
go do the
but-
super epic thing.
yeah.
But actually, we should like you just have to tell people, like you have to guide them, but
You have
not
to
tell
nudge them in the right
Yeah.
direction. Yeah, the
It's not
problem
as
was that people were getting stuck,
Mhm.
and we thought, oh, easy, we can solve this by just telling people what to do. But that's not fun. That's
No.
not a game. You know,
Yeah.
you still have to let people figure it out themselves, or make them think they figured it out themselves, and that is so difficult. I definitely think in the beginning it was too free fall, then it became
Mhm.
too handholdy, and now the new quests that we made, I think they're pretty much perfect. I think they're really good. They're definitely better than earlier content we made, but like we said, we're going to go through the earlier one again and just make some changes to make it better.
Any other things you learned?
Well, I think I got better at writing.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not a writer, but I wanted to write for the game. And and I think I learned how to, construct this overarching story, or like, how you have to go back and make sure everything adds up in the end. Because, I mean, it's really fun for me to write dialogues, but in the end, everything has to work well all together.
Yeah.
I think that's
The meta story.
really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned how to do pixel art. I didn't do pixel art before.
Oh, cool. Very
yeah. Which is great. It's very, very fun.
Mhm.
I'm very glad I went with pixel art, because that allows us to create a lot of content very quickly. If we're like, oh, we want to have this crazy environment, I can just, whip it out in a day or two. That's absolutely fantastic. While, of course, we have these like drawn, like anime style portraits. So if you want, new characters, that is more work than
It's more expensive.
yeah, just having anything new in the environment. And, equally, if like, oh, I want to have, this extra thing in the environment, no problem. It's, just a couple pixels. Animations as well. If, any cutscene animations, imagine doing that like frame by frame. We would not be able to do it. We're just two people, making this, absolutely not. But if it's just pushing around a couple pixels, it's good. To be fair, like, I mean, my pixel art isn't like super spectacular. Like, I've seen some things on Twitter that are just absolutely insane.
Always,
That,
though, right?
I wouldn't be able to do. But I think the quality level we have with the animations, I'm happy with them. I think they're cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think we picked an interesting environment with having like trash everywhere. It's not the problem was
I
it's
love
not
it.
exactly. I like it, but it's not exactly like pretty in terms of like the actual content of the environment.
No, but I make sure that like the colors match.
Yeah. The
And
colours,
the shapes are nice. I don't make just trash. Like, I try to make beautiful trash.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And actually, regarding that, Aim is asking, can you ever make the school look nicer and less run down?
No.
I think I actually asked Annika this last year. I was like, wouldn't it be nice if there were like a few build? And you were like, no.
No.
It doesn't. I mean, I understand it doesn't fit the like story of the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I think, what Aim was asking is if, like, over the course of the game, it will be less trashy. I mean, you are clearing up the, like, corruption in each club. So in each club
Sure.
you have, for example, in the music club, people have seen this in the intro, you have, like, these thorns on there. And, when you finish the quest, you can clear that up.
Mhm.
And that makes it a bit nicer. But definitely for, when in the end everything is nice and everybody is happy, I want everybody to be happy, but in their trash, I just think there's something very, I don't know, cozy about it. I kind of compare it to Berlin as well, because it's quite dirty here, but in a very cozy and nice way. It's just, I don't know, I like that a lot more than this, like, pretentious, super clean, super nice feeling. Instead, everybody is, very down to earth. Nobody tries to pretend, to be something they're not. It's like, oh yeah, we all live here, we're all having a good time despite it's, being a bit run down.
Do you know how well those like power washing videos do online, where they get like if we could just power wash a few of the buildings,
Have you? Yeah, but you've seen people trying to clean Berlin. It just doesn't work. They have power washing.
They're power washing and nothing's going away.
It doesn't work. No.
Centuries of dirt will not come off.
Oh man.
Justin Taps is asking, what game systems are you currently developing for?
What games are we currently developing for?
Sorry, what game systems?
What are we currently developing? We just finished a milestone, like a production milestone. So like we haven't got anything on our plates right now. I'd say we're back in the cycle of discussing what we're doing next. I'd say, but previously in the previous milestone, we just added 3 mini games to the sports club area, because of course they play like sporty games, and we wanted to like sell you on that, right?
Oh, very sporty games.
I mean, in their own way. Okay. In that way.
Yeah.
What other systems are there?
Well, we're gonna have to get in the shop for customizing your own room. So it's in bare bones right now, but we definitely want to polish that system further. We noticed that people get really excited once they discover you can customize your own room.
Yeah, we want to flesh that out a bit more. Right now it's like it's just like. I think I had to make the UI for that like in a day, because we needed just like a proof of concept, and that's still the thing that's in that proof of concept. So very soon we will be overhauling how it looks and making the UX, like the number of button clicks you have to do anything in that menu, a lot smaller.
Yeah, and of course put in the content, because right now there's no furniture to buy. But yeah, we're making sure we're adding in a lot of furniture you can get, a lot of extra small things, and also put some of those rewards into the side quests, so it's more exciting to play those. I think that will be great. And the boss fight, we're gonna have to make new stuff for
Spoilers,
the boss fight. Yeah, they can know there's a boss fight. They don't know who it is. That's fine.
And you're currently developing on Unity, right? But you started with Game Maker, Annika, when you were developing on your own.
Yes, actually, the very first thing I started with was RPG Maker.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I always forget this.
Yeah.
Every time you say
I know, you're always surprised.
I have, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, but I quickly realized that I just need a lot of extra things that were not in RPG Maker yet. So I would have to hand code that anyway. And that's really hard to do in RPG Maker. And then I was like, okay, then I might as well just use something else that is made for, making things from scratch. And so, I went and started working in Game Maker. And Game Maker is great. It was pretty easy for me to pick up. And I made this small prototype. And I showed that to Johnny to convince him to work on the game. It's like, look at this, isn't this cool? And the prototype, it was very bare bones. It was basically just one entire cutscene. You couldn't even walk around that much. Yeah, it was like one entire cutscene, and in the end, you could walk around and talk to people a bit, and that was it. And we went to conventions with that, actually, and showed that to people. And people were even enjoying that, which I think was great. Now I think it's a million times better anyway. But now we're in Unity, and like I said, Johnny just remade everything in a couple months.
Yeah, I do like Game Maker, but because we're such a small team, Unity just comes with a lot of stuff that we kind of wanted or needed. Just game engines make like indie development possible. So, thank you to everyone who makes game engines, so we don't have to. Yeah.
And Justin Taps is asking, will there be lots of digital art for us to enjoy? And maybe even a short web comic?
Oh man, I see. I would love to have all of that stuff. I personally don't have time for it, but if the game does really well, that's definitely something we could commission. I would love to commission. Actually, I wanted to commission some art, at least, some fan art for the characters, and or have small comics. I think that would be really fun. I would love that. Yeah, right now, unfortunately, we don't have the budget for that, but who knows?
I mean, we are planning some stuff.
Yeah,
There's some stuff that we're working on actively. But,
some merch, yes.
It's too early to say what it will be, and
it'll be awesome things.
We think it'll be awesome. We're pretty excited for it, but it's just some months away.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah.
Cool. And what are some video game studios that you really like and that have inspired you?
Like we said, Yuppie Psycho, absolutely fantastic game. Yeah, they put out a DLC. We still haven't played that. There's a Head in Time. Actually, I just remembered.
Good, yeah.
Yes. So I mean, it's not a platformer, obviously, but so they basically their concept for the levels is that they heavily theme them. One is like this detective thing on a train. And obviously, it's not an actual mystery you're playing, but it's just thematically a detective game. You're still just playing the platformer. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. Every level feels very different. That is definitely what I want for our game. I want every quest to be completely differently themed, and that's why one of the quests is also this Ace Attorney. Oh yeah, we haven't mentioned Ace Attorney. Oh my god.
Of course. Of course.
This Ace Attorney detective mystery. And I was watching a lot of Ace Attorney Let's Plays while drawing. I still am. It's just the games are so long. They made so many games. And I was like, how cool would it be if we, take just the minimum aspect of Ace Attorney and put it into our game. So of course it's not a full-fledged Ace Attorney where you have, a million different evidence items, and you can't interrogate a million different people and stuff, but we just take basically the bits that we thought are the most fun. So it's the trials are the most fun, so we really want to focus on that, and I think it worked out really well. I have to say, writing a mystery is so difficult. And I'm surprised we managed to come up with something. But and I like it, It's not like it's not like when we play tested it with other people, they were angry about it being illogical or something. They had fun figuring it out themselves, and I thought that was good. Oh, Paradise Killer also high aim. Paradise Killer, awesome game, and again, I just love these mystery games.
Yeah,
and,
you like mystery games.
It's so good. And I loved how also in Paradise Killer characters have these relationships with each other. You really get to know, this is this gang, this clique, and these people hang out and they're really good friends, and they don't get on with each other. I thought that was one of the things that made it very compelling for me. So I was like, okay, we really have to make sure we get that across in our game.
I think Hades does a good job of that as well, actually. With the different gods getting on or not getting on.
Yes, as well. And I find it impressive because in Hades, you just get just a couple lines each time you meet someone, but you instantly know what they are like.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love all the fan art for Hades. It's so pretty, so beautiful.
Yeah.
I definitely want more fan art in the future. That's my dream.
I hope we get some new fan art. But the fan art we've been getting so far is just mind blowing. It's so
really
pretty.
Good. Yeah.
Super good. Yeah, they can draw Broken Girl better than me.
Another question is, how long does the game take to complete, more or less?
Oh man, yeah, it's difficult to say. It keeps getting longer the more we work on it.
Right now, like right now. I mean, like how much is in there right now? It has to be more than that amount. As the programmer, like
Yes.
it's
It's more than that. So I would say it takes about maybe. Does it say 5 hours now?
I think it's like between 4 or 5.
Between
depending on
4 or
how fast
5.
you can read.
So it's more than that.
It's more than that.
Yeah, we're hoping for it to be around 6 or 7. Yeah, depends how many side quests and side stuff we can get in there. Yeah, it would be great if people spend around 8 hours in the game. I mean, we also have the dates and stuff.
Yeah, there's more to do than just the main storyline as well.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
the main storyline is going to be about 4 to 4.5 hours.
More than that, I think.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, we still have to do like the drama club stuff, and then
true.
we have
Okay,
that stuff
so
after that.
the main storyline is 5
Yeah.
hours, and then there's all the side content, which you could take as long or as little for some of the stuff. So yeah, 5+.
Cool. And can you tell us more about the team? I mean, you mentioned Sviatoslav, he's the composer. You're working with a sound designer and myself. Hi, I'm Irene. I'm the marketing manager.
Hi.
I introduced myself before, so in case someone was wondering. Well, I can also answer this question, but just how has it been working through these COVID times with a remote team? Like how did it work for you? How has it been?
Right. I mean, we're remote anyway, and me and Johnny live together, so nothing has changed there. Irene is in Spain right now, and our composer is from the Ukraine, and our sound designer is in England. So we're already divided. So COVID didn't really make a difference there much. Sorry, but let me talk about the people in specific more. So our composer Sviatoslav Petrov is his name, and he's absolutely fantastic. He's worked on anime games before, and he's actually this is so weird. So he's a friend of mine. I met him when I was 18 in Venice. It was when they had like the masquerades thing there. The what is it called? The carnival. The carnival was going on. And that was with my boyfriend back then. So it was quite funny because we were a group of a German, a Bulgarian, a Ukrainian, and a Chinese in Venice. It was quite bizarre. We had a lot of fun, and it was fantastic. And I only saw him that one time, actually. He's already there. I was like, oh, it's a great dude. And then later, I found out that he actually worked in games too. Weird coincidence. It's like, oh, what do you do? It's like, oh, I'm a composer. It's like, oh, I'm an artist. Okay, strange. And later when I started making my game, I was like, oh, wait, I have this friend, and I didn't really know if he was any good or not. And I listened to his stuff more, and I was like, wow, he's fantastic. And so we got him onto the project, and I'm super glad we did because it sounds exactly how I imagined it to be. I would say a lot of Pokemon influences, but crazy. It's like Pokemon, but crazy. I would describe the music. And Damien Shepherd is our sound designer. That's Johnny's friend.
Yeah, I mean, he's just you meet people when you're networking or like doing games work stuff, and he's just really talented sound designer. So obviously when we were like discussing who we wanted to do the sound design, I immediately suggested him.
Yeah, because he worked on your game that you were making before.
He's worked on a few other things with me, and he's always done an amazing job. Like on this game we made called Ord, like it's a very minimalist game, and he took that brief and he just knocked it out of the park, which
Sounds
is
great. Yeah.
Which is like really difficult to do when something is. We're basically telling him like, make some sound, but don't make any sound, and he manages to do that. Like that's a good skill. Yeah.
Yeah, and Irene. So actually, Johnny met Irene in Sweden at this co-living space, I didn't meet Irena there. I think I left the day before you came, or we just didn't. I don't know. It's a big house. I'm not sure. But yeah, I remember, and then I remember later we had a party at a friend's place, and yeah, and Irena came as well, but me and Johnny didn't know. And then, oh yeah, this was one of the first days Johnny was in Berlin. Actually,
it was like the second or first day I was in Berlin.
Yeah, second or first day, and then Irena comes in, and Johnny knows her, and I was like, how do you know her? Well, we're in like a city you've never been before. Yeah, that was quite funny.
That was a bit strange.
Yeah, and yeah, Irena, you actually introduced us to Coffee Stain, our investor, which is great. And yeah, and later when we realized we just cannot do all the marketing ourselves, it's so much work. But we knew we wanted someone who, you know, who we can really trust, who we know is you know, is going to be really good at this. And it's like, oh, but we don't, you know, how are we going to meet this person? And then at some point, Jane was like, but we already know them. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, Irena. I was like, of course, Irena. Perfect. Yes. So we're very glad that you're working with us now.
I'm blushing.
Really good.
Yeah, it's really cool to work with you.
Yeah, everyone on the team is fantastic. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
We're not many people, but the ones that we have are super awesome.
Yeah. And I guess the main thing that like the lockdown has like stopped us from doing is going to conventions because they don't exist. So we haven't really been able to like when it comes to like playtesting, it's very like friends and family, and it's not like being able to put it in front of people that don't know anything and seeing if they like it too, or how they react. So
I miss that so much. Yeah, I remember going to Poznan and this other one, I forgot what it was, but it was just
in Prague.
Yeah, in Prague, it was just so great seeing people play the game and how they would react, and it was exactly how I wanted. So either, of course, you had people who didn't really care because it's not their kind of game, but the people who were the target audience were like, oh my god, this thing is like the best thing in the world. Let me take a picture of the banner and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm wishlisting it right now. Look, and it was fantastic. It was so much fun. Yeah, and now, I mean. Fortunately now with Fellow Traveler, getting more people onto our Discord, we have that on the Discord, which is really awesome to see. So I'm getting that feeling again. It's very good.
Yeah, and about that, one last question. Since we had the big news, the big announcement yesterday, can you tell us more about the partnership with Fellow Traveler?
Right, so we partnered with Fellow Traveler to publish the game for us, so they're massively helping us out with marketing and, just getting the right people to see the game. And obviously we don't have any experience in that, so it's nice to have someone who is very experienced and who has also published games that are similar to ours. So I would say, all the Homestuck games, they're quite similar. Paradise Killer has a similar art style and, as weird characters, kind of. So they they already knew how to get that audience. And also, we're a really small team. So it's, any extra help we can get is very, very welcome. And it's been great with them so far. We can really tell they get the game and they also love the game so much. So it's really great. So any suggestions that they make for the game, for the marketing campaigns, like this totally makes sense for our kind of game. So we're very happy about that.
Yeah. And is there anything else you would like to mention before we wrap up?
I know. I'm really excited to get more people to see the game, and very nervous also about like the future, about all the other digital events. I hope they're gonna do well. I hope a lot more people are gonna play the demo, but it's going so well so far, and thanks to everyone who's helping out, who supports the game, and who's excited for release.
It's great.
Right? It's really cool to see people are waiting for this. I'm like, so nice. Yeah, and thanks to the publisher as well. Thanks to you, Reina. Yeah, thanks
Yes.
to the team. Everybody is super awesome. Couldn't ask for a better team, really.
It's nice, yeah. I feel the same way. And it's really awesome to work with fellow travelers.
Yeah, they have a great backlog of games, and yeah, it's super cool to see our games alongside that.
Yeah. Justin Tapp was writing, thank you, and Aim wrote, thanks for all your great answers, guys. It's so great to hear about the game from you all.
Yeah, thanks for taking all you guys' time, and yeah, we're gonna put this on YouTube so everybody who wasn't here, they can still take a look if they want to. All right, thanks
Yeah.
so much. All right,
Thank
take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.